cracking in. Okay. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. How you doing today? My name is Isaac Ikemcho from Aspire Global Pathway Limited. I hope you all are ready for a amazing time with Arden University. All right, before we hand over to the Arden University rep, I just want to give a brief introduction about Aspire Global Pathway. Now, Aspire Global Pathway is an internationally recognized educational consultancy firm. We are actually big towards giving international students platform towards getting um, enrolled into internationally globally recognized institution. Now, we are basically our head office is based in the UK, but we have branches all over the globe. We have branches in India, Dakar, Nigeria, Kenya, and some of the European countries as well. Now, we have over 700 schools that we have partnered with, and in we are about four, we're about four, yes, four continents now. We major on UK, but we also do US, Canada, New Zealand, Asia, and also European countries. Now, if you're looking at anything study abroad, your best guess is Aspire Global Pathway. Now, we're here in Nigeria. We have two offices in Lagos and also in Abuja. Now, if you click on, if you get into our website, aspireglobalpathway.com, you can make an inquiry, call our numbers, send an inquiry email, and we will do well to get across to you as soon as possible. Remember, we are your go-to plug in case you want to study abroad. Now, I want to bring up our visitor for today. Now, he goes by the name of oh my God. It goes by the name of Temitope Akimbo from the Arden University. Now, I want you guys to understand what we're going to do today. Now, we are going to give you guys first-hand information what you will derive from actually studying at the Arden University. So I want you to bring your pens and your paper, get some questions, some key points down. Are you looking at affordability? Are you looking at the kind of programs you want? What kind of programs are you looking at studying? What kind of facility do you want to see? Are you looking at probably is it conducive for kind of students from across the globe? Are you worried about accommodation? Whatever the case may be, just write it down. Once the rep finish speaking, you can actually put in your questions, ask key questions, whatever your concerns may be. We would get it sorted out today. Now, I want to check on my guest if my guest is actually ready. Hello, Mr. Timotop, are you on board?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well. Welcome.
All right, so thank you so much.
Welcome,
So,
Mr.
and I believe everyone
Timotop. How
can
are you
also see
doing
the screen.
today? Yes.
Yeah, I'm very well. Very good. Is my screen also displaying? Oh, beautiful. Good. All right, thank you everyone for joining in. My name is Temitope Akimbo, and I'm the African Director for Arden University. Arden University is one of the top universities in the UK for student satisfaction and graduate employability. So for students who are looking forward to take for the academic journey to the next level in the United Kingdom, if you want to earn a globally recognized UK degree at an affordable rate at a quality, reputable institution, then Arden is our right institution for you. We have campuses in 2 major destinations in the UK, London and Manchester. And believe me, these are one of the most vibrant cities in the United Kingdom, where there are enormous opportunities to connect with like minds, with diverse, individuals from different backgrounds, with great perspective. So it's just good to be here to share with you some of the things that makes us unique as an institution. We are currently recruiting for our September intake. So for students who have their documents ready, you have your international passports, you have your bachelor degree certificates, you have your academic transcripts with you. I want to say congratulations, because going forward, we'll be sharing with you some of the things that would entice you and would interest you to submit your application to Arden through Aspire Global Pathways immediately. So now let's run through one of the things that really makes us unique as an institution. These are some of the things that we currently have at Arden. These are some of the things that we'll be looking at today. We'll be looking at our current intake, our programs, our campuses. We'll be looking at the tuition, and we'll also be considering accommodation offers that we render to international students. For new institutions like Arden, who is new to the African market, so believe me, Arden is not new generally, as in from its organization. We are at our 10th year now. We've been recruiting students domestically for over 10 years, but of recent, we opened up our campuses to the global market. So that is why we now have Nigerian students who are now applying, who are eligible to apply for our programs. And let me just make this very, very clear. For new institutions like this, there might be a lot of very misconceptions or perspective about the new school. You hear a lot of people say that, are you sure students can work after study? Are we confirmed that their programs are accredited? Are we sure they have global ranking? Are you sure they are recognized globally? After graduation, are you sure the certificate has any value whatsoever? So I'm happy to announce to you that we're a fully licensed institution. We have a sponsorship license by UKVI, which enables students to work after the completion of their program, and also enables them to work part-time, during their studies. We also have accreditation with a lot of professional organizations in the United Kingdom, which makes it known that all our programs are fully accredited. So to clear every doubt, there's no need to be worried or skeptical about our programs, about our ranking, or about our accreditations. We're a fully licensed functional university. Now let's look at our ranking through the National Student Survey 2025. There are over 183 universities in the UK, and out of this huge number, Arden University has been ranked as number 5 in the UK for student satisfaction. Out of this huge, multiple numbers of multiple institutions in the UK, we have been ranked as number 5 for student satisfaction. Believe me, one of the best or most effective realistic yardstick to identify universities that has good teaching quality, good learning experience, good graduate prospect is through student satisfaction. And we have been ranked as number 5 in this category through the Times Higher Education by National Student Survey 2025. Our MBA has also been ranked as the best in the UK. This has been running for 2 years now consecutively by CEO Magazine. Now, a lot of our students have shared so many testimonies. If we go online and go to YouTube and just hear some of those testimonies, this is what our campus looks like. It's luxurious and magnificent. And believe me, these pictures do not even do justice to how beautiful, how amazing the facility looks. This infrastructure you can see here, they are modern. They have best learning AI equipment, that has been incorporated into all of these buildings to ensure that you have a good and amazing, beautiful, comfortable learning experience, right? So on the bottom left of the screen, you can see the London campus, which is located in Stratford, and it's opposite the Westfield shopping mall, which is the biggest shopping mall in the whole of Europe, just opposite the Westfield. To make you how strategically we are located in the city hub, where you could meet with, network with lots of individuals who work in multinational companies, just which are also in our neighborhood. So we are strategically located in that environment where you could have an amazing social life, network with people, explore the beautiful city, make friends, and just have a view of what the major city looks like. Right. Now let's look at the available programs that we have at Arden. For top-up programs, these are just programs we also refer to as our undergraduate program, because at Arden, year one, year two degree not available yet, but we have the level 6 top the degree equivalent, which is a top up, and that's the BSc in Health and Care Management. We have the Bachelor in Business Management, and we have the Bachelor in Computing. To apply for these programs, you would need to have at least a national diploma, minimum of lower credit qualification. We also have our master's programs, which are available for September intake 2026. All programs are highlighted here. You can see the executive MBA, the engineering management, we have the project management, cybersecurity, data science, public health, and the international business management. And I told you about our accreditations. These are, to mention but a few, these are some of the professional bodies that has a direct link or an existing relationship with our institutions, to make you understand that we have put in place a kind of relationship with a lot of industries in the United Kingdom and professional organizations, which have been able to certify all our programs. Like you can see here, we have ACCA, we have CIMA, we have a British Psychological Society, we have the Institute of Health and Social Care Management, we have the Project Management Institute. So to make you just have a clarification around the accreditation of our programs, all our programs are accredited and are then, of course, as an existing industry link, with these professional organizations. Now let's look at our admission criteria. To apply for our top-up programs, you need to have minimum of HND. HND is what we accept. Higher national diploma, this should have qualification lower credit. Masters, we will accept your bachelor degree qualification with 2.2, second class lower, and IELTS is not required. So let's look at our English test requirement. You don't have to provide all of this, PT, IELTS, TOEFL, and all of that, as long as you have your WAEC or NECO results. For those who are coming from East Africa or possibly Kenya, you should have the KCSE certificate, minimum of C6 in the English language, right? So those are some of the essential requirements that we have for our English language tests. Cases where your WAEC or NECO result is above 8 years, possibly you check the date and you observe that from the date the certificate was issued till now, till your date of application, is about 9 or 10 years. So that means you need to provide an alternate qualification. For that, you need to provide MOI, medium of instruction. We can accept that. We can accept medium of instruction letter from your institution, not signed by your dean, your HOD, or your lecturer, but signed by the registrar of the institution, right? If you're able to get this document, then the English language condition will be waived, right? You can clear that easily, but be sure that it's within 5 years, right? It should be within 5 years validity. But if it's above 5 years validity, then you can provide what we call the Duolingo. Duolingo is more like our internal English test. If you don't have WAEC within 8 years, your MOI is above 5 years, then you can provide Duolingo tests. So the Duolingo is actually free. You don't have to pay almost 100,000 naira to register for it. Just reach out through our partner and let them know that you need a Duolingo code. Can you request from the university? So once they reach out to us with your application ID, we can issue you a free voucher to record the Duolingo test for free. So once you record, within 2 days at most, you will have your result and you can clear your, the conditions immediately. I hope that's clear. So now let's also consider the required documentation for admission. At Arden, we are very, very particular about our assessment. It's a little bit thorough. We are a new university and want to be sure that every application is authentic, it's verifiable, and we want to be sure that you're able to pass our compliance tests. So if you're applying to Arden, we expect that you provide all your academic transcripts. So your transcript could be your student's copy, actually. It could be the student's copy because, of course, your university will not issue to you directly um, a an official copy. They expect that you send an email of the institution to them and they will send the official copy directly to the university. It's a very, very confidential document. And of course, they won't issue it to you. But cases where we've been able to go through your student's copy of your official transcripts, your student's copy of your transcripts rather, and we observe that some details are missing or it does not really look genuine as it should, we would require you to provide the official transcript. So official transcript is not usually for every student. You can do a check, just look through your student's copy of your academic transcript. If it's okay, if it has a signature and stamp, it's on only letter headed, and it has all the details that the assessment team could look through to issue you a conditional offer, then that might work, right? If you feel it's okay. So I feel the team will also do an assessment before they submit and see. If not, you should start preparing to request for the official transcripts to be sent to the university. Once we receive it, we would assess and issue your offer accordingly. Also, your personal statement is also very, very essential. You also need to provide employers' references. These are very, very important. These are one of the most vital documents to send an application now to Arden University. Be sure that all the references you've indicated in your CV, you can justify them with an employer reference letter signed and stamped by your employer on a letter-headed paper. As long as you can justify that, beautiful. Not a computer-generated reference letter, no. Right, because these are the same documents you would use for your visa. So the way it works at Arden, your visa application process starts once you submit the application to Arden. It's more like we are assessing you for visa at the same time. So be sure that you're providing the documents that you'd also use for your visa application. Don't just feel, no, I just need admission, I'll worry about my visa later. No. At Arden, we take our compliance process very, very seriously. If you're applying, we need you to prove every document, every details in your CV. If you have worked at an organization, please be able to prove them. If you apply for visa today, UKVI would ask you to prove where you've worked, and they'll ask you for evidence, reference letters. We've seen a lot of cases like that. So we need you to be able to prove all your work placements with justifiable reference letter. Now let's take you through the other requirements. Let's look through our admission process at Arden University. So if you submit an application today, essentially, if nothing is pending by that, I mean, maybe you've applied, we've seen students who have applied directly to Arden, and sometimes they're also trying to reapply, like through Aspire Global Pathways. You need to let them know you've applied earlier on, or you applied at some point or the other. Because if you are reapplying and you're sending the same email, the application will be stuck and will not read the application until you have added an alternate email. So this is the way it works at Arden. We have seen many students who have applied directly to Arden through the university website, and now because you're stuck and you need support, you're now with them. As per Global Pathway, you want them to help you with your admission process. Please withdraw the initial offer you have on your portal. Go back to the system, click on withdraw, get another email, share them on your CV. Ensure it's the same email on your CV and share them with the team here. This will make the process easy. And then within 48 to 72 hours, you should get what we call preconditional offer. It's not going to come as a document, it's going to come as an email. And that email also comes with your CAS shield link and notification. So the way it works at Arden is that if you submit an application today, you would receive a preconditional offer. And within 24 hours, you should also receive the enrollee link, which you'd use to record your interview. So the CAS interview comes at the initial stage of admission. If you apply to Arden today, be ready to record your interview in 2 days, in 48 to 72 hours, after the preconditional offer has been issued to you. Interview. It's that simple. So if you're applying to Arden today, start preparing, start taking mock tests, be sure that you're ready. Prepare yourself, do your research, learn your course modules, understand what your financial plans are, your future plans, your career plans, know your course modules, understand why you want to study in the UK, why have you not considered other universities, why Arden, what are your post-study plans. You must be able to prove this confidently, and you must be able to articulate your thoughts without any form of doubt during your interviews, then it means you're ready to proceed. If you pass your interview, after 5 days of recording, you'll be notified. And once you're notified, it means that you can provide other conditional documents. It could be your personal statement, it could be an updated CV, it could be affidavit, it could also be reference letter. If you're able to provide all these documents, then yes, you can proceed to pay your deposits of £4,000. And after that, the unconditional offer would actually be issued before you make payments. But if you know you've cleared all your conditions, you can make your payments while we issue the unconditional later. And the offer letter that will be issued to you also contains the application portal link that is exclusive to you only. You could log in and set up your, it's already set up actually. You can just log in and monitor or you're able to understand the process with your admission. If you have any other task whatsoever, you'll see that on your application portal. So once you log in, you can see if you need to upload any documents, you can upload that on your application portal. The tiles are actually there on the other CAS documents, still on the application portal. The CAS documents would be your bank statements, your tuberculosis test certificate, reference letter if it's pending, and after that, the university will issue CAS within a week. And once the CAS is issued, you can apply for your visa and become a student at Arden. That's the same thing I explained earlier on. The same process applies for both Manchester and London campus. And this is what the detailed CV looks like. So if you're applying to Arden, you can see what I have here on my screen. A very, very detailed and comprehensive CV. It entails what the students have been doing from graduation to application date. So we expect that the details should be imputed in chronological order, where we can understand what you've been doing, the roles you've been able to undertake, the tasks you've been able to undertake, your trainings, your certifications. Just look at the education part of the CV. You can see the students wrote the year, the qualification, even the results. You can see here, very, very detailed. Students also wrote national NECO, the year it was achieved, secondary school qualification, primary school qualification. It's so detailed. And you can see students are also able to include the awards, the hobbies, interests, references. The references are not really as essential as not necessary because you have the document to also present, but at least other details are here. You can see how students are able to write in details what they've been doing. So please make your CV look like this. Write your name. I had to blur out the name and the CV. This was one of our students who applied, and I was so impressed with the CV. And I said, I'm going to use it as a sample to encourage other students to make your CV detailed. It helps the process to become faster. Also, we're talking about compliance check. So some of you would take up phone to just take a picture with your phone. I don't know, you might take a picture and you're taking it and it's clear enough. Good for you. If not, please, your documents are clearly scanned before you send them across to us. We have seen this where some documents are not scanned, or your fingers are just showing in the picture. They are covering some details on the document, and you're sending them across for application. No, this is an academic application. Be clearly scanned and they're authentic. So this is more like a compliance check. We are trying to understand the authenticity of your documents. If your documents have been fabricated or has been altered at any point in time, please don't submit them. So I know some students, your documents are actually authentic, but because your transcript is not ready or you can't find your certificate, so you just fabricate it, put the name or change dates or just alter. We have a system that will be able to identify all those things. There's no way you can. Those documents will pass through the compliance team without it being identified as fraudulent. Even if there's just an alter of just one letter, it would show. So please be very careful. If you identify that, we'll flag your case to the team, and so you can be very careful. The consequences are very, very severe. So check your documents well. Be sure they are authentic before you apply. I hope that's clear, everyone. So now let's look at our study gap. We have study gap restrictions or requirements of study gap for students who are coming to study our top-up programs. We need to have minimum of 5 years study gap only. So to make that more explanatory, it means that if you're applying for our top-up programs, you should have a qualification that was issued at most 2022. 2021 would be going to 6 years. 2022 would fine. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Yes. 2022 upwards. I hope that's clear. Should be within 5 years 5 years study gap. Right. Now for the master's students, if you apply for any of our master's programs, you should have study gap within 8 years. If it's your study gap is above 8 years and it's within 10 years, you can consider our MBA, which is the same fee with other programs. Our MBA has been ranked, like I said earlier, as the best MBA in the UK by CEO magazines. Now let's look through our tuition fundings and scholarships that we currently offer at Arden University. So this is a gross tuition that you can see here on my screen for master's programs. We are at about £17,500, and for our top-up programs, they'll be paying £16,000. But the truth is, nobody pays gross tuition. We have amazing, meticulous, and generous scholarships and discounts, which universities has offered up to all international students. So you don't have to do anything to be eligible for the scholarship. Just apply. As long as you meet our entry requirements, you're eligible for the scholarship. So looking at the net tuition for master's programs in Manchester is £12,500. The net tuition for top-up programs in Manchester is £12,000. And the London campus is £1,000 higher. So it means as if you're coming to study master's program in London, you'll be paying £13,500. You understand this? So it's £1,000 higher thereabouts. So I believe that's a little bit explanatory. Now let's look at the additional discounts that we offer to international students. This is the early bird discount, which is available and is valid till 10th of August. So it means that almost every student is eligible, because by 10th of August, if you're applying for September intake, you should have made your deposit, of course. By then, you should have submitted your visa. 10th of August, this is still end of June. July is starting in a few days. By end of July, you should have gotten your CAS, or you should have applied for your CAS. You should have submitted all your documents. You know, it's only except you're waiting for your CAS to be issued and all of that by 10th of August. You should have cleared your other conditions, should have written an interview. If you're able to follow through this process, like I shared with you, once you submit your application, 3 days at most, you should receive pre-conditional offer, and within 5 working days, you should have received the CAS link to record your pre-CAS interview. Right. Now, let's look at the next tuition. What are students meant to pay after these discounts that we are offering? For Manchester campus, students will be paying a net tuition of just £10,000 only for full academic year. Our programs are just 1 year master's program, and you'll be paying £10,000 for the academic year. You can see here net tuition for Manchester, and for London, you'll be paying. London is quite expensive, even for tuitions. You can check universities, other universities in the UK. But for Arden, we are offering you a full master's program at £11,000 only. Top-up students will be paying £9,000 on net tuition, and this is available to all international students. Now, let's look at the payment structure, payment plan. What is required for CAS issuance from Nigerian students is just £4,000 only. So once you pay your £4,000, right, you have a balance of how much to pay, £6,000. So the next time you'll be paying will be 3 months after you have resumed. You are not required to make any payments upon enrollment. There's no payment on enrollment, right? And you can spread the balance in 3 installments. So if you paid 4,000, you have 6,000. 6,000 by 3, that will be 222. So this is really, flexible. I believe you understand. And it's very, very reasonable. I believe that as of now, Arden is one of the most accessible and affordable university in the United Kingdom, especially to international students. Right? Most schools will require you to pay on enrollment. They need you to pay 50%. They need you to, and even if the tuition is a little bit affordable, the payment structure is not as enticing as you'd expect. So Arden is really, really good and very, very considerate, especially with the budget and the current economy in our region. That's why we've been able to come up with this overall tuition, payment structure, and deposits in a way that is able to fit your plan and fit your budget. Now, let's look at our intake. So the last date to receive application at Arden is 22nd of July, 2026. Last day for enrolling interview will be 26th of July. Last day for official conditional offer letter, 4th of August. Last day for conditional offer letter, 10th of August. Final CAS issuance day, 25th of August. First week of teaching, Arden will be 14th of September, and final day to resume will be 25th of September. Now, let's look at what the timetable looks like at Arden. At Arden, it's just 2 modules in 10 weeks only. We don't want to bore you or rush you taking you through lots of courses and programs that you're able to assimilate and understand or comprehend at a particular period of time. But we want to be sure that you could take your modules one after the other, you could understand them, comprehend them, have interactions with your lecturer. It's not a school where you have so many students. It's a place where you could have easy access to have one-on-one conversations or interactions with your lecturers. We have lots of professional and educational experts that have been recruited to the university to help you understand what is required to thrive, especially in the job market as an international student. Now let's look at the timetable. We have overall learning period of 8 hours in a whole week. So you're coming to class for lectures of 3 hours a day, 3 hours the next day. So Monday, you're there 4 hours, includes the 1 hour break, right? So you can see there's 1 hour lunch time, right, in between. So it's just 3 hours of lecture. It's really, really amazing, right? You're just coming for more like 6 hours of lecture for the whole week. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is for you. So this enables students to have more time, enjoy the environment, enjoy the city, explore the city, take up personal learning classes. And by learning classes, I mean you don't have to come to the campus. You could just take up your personal learning time and just do your research, and have fun, right? We're also concerned about student social life. It's not just about you coming to campus every single day, but want you to have an amazing, beautiful, memorable experience in the United Kingdom once you enroll with us. So the flexibility would make most of your time. Now let's also look at in a recap, one of the things that we also offer, we support students also secure part-time work during their studies. So if you're coming to Arden, once you enroll, we have set in place a specific recruitment agency whose responsibilities to ensure that you're able to secure verified, part-time jobs. And we also help you with your CV. We have the career unit. We're a very, very career-centric university. We are intentional about helping our students to explore working opportunities as a student and after their graduation. Right, we also support students to find graduate. Create a CV. We expose you to a good number of working the university. We see some students who work even in the university. The president of the Students Association is a Nigerian. The vice president of the association is a Nigerian. We have so many Nigerian lecturers also in the university. So it's a place where you could, as long as you're able to network with people, have conversations. We have a very, very strong alumni network also, where you could also leverage on. So many of them are heads or CEOs, top officials in multinational companies. They were all graduates from, Arden. Network with them, opportunities like that. They would always post them on other groups, and from there you can network and easily, transit into the job market. For accommodation, we don't have any accommodation on campus, but we're able to support you to explore the accommodations based on your budget in neighboring cities. So students don't have to stay in Manchester or London. Since your lectures are just twice a week, you can stay in places like Liverpool and come for your lectures when you're ready. And you use the train, save more, and you're able to spend less. So in that way, if you have a particular budget, you're working on a budget, and you need us to, expose you to affordable accommodation that are available in neighboring cities and all of that. Yes, we have a team that's able to support you with that. At the point where you need them, let us know. We can put you through. Now, this is one of a recap. Let's look into why students should consider Arden. Now, first point here on my list is reasonable tuition fee. I believe you all agree. £10,000 for a full academic year for a recognized UK degree is really, really reasonable. Believe me. There's automatic scholarship, which you don't have to earn. All you have to do is to apply, and automatically it's yours. Also being trusted by leading employers. I said earlier on. We also have partnership with leading professional bodies. We have dedicated career and placement support. There's also this LinkedIn digital package that we also have for international students. So let's look at other reasons here. Number two, there's academic and international support. There's a blended learning. And I also like to also reiterate that at Arden, beyond the fact that our mode of learning is flexible enough where students can have time to work. Actually, if you want to maximize your 20 hours weekly, Arden is the right place for you because you don't have to come to lectures every single day. You can also save on your time and commuting. There's balanced studies with other priorities, like I said, the expected workload. You can study at your own pace. I said that earlier on, and there's reduced stress of assessment. So as Arden, there are no examinations. We don't write the exams. That's another thing that students would also want to leverage on. It's not a place to accommodate lazy or middle class students. No, not to accommodate Oludu uprising. Don't mind me, I was just trying to digress. So that's not the idea, but we just want students to have um, a more hands-on practical experience where you're coming on campus, you're able to have interactions, you're able to do your project works, you have your coursework, you have your assignments. From all of this will assess you, but not on examination. There are no exams whatsoever. So there's no need to go through the stress of reading, assimilating, or you're trying to cram so many things, and trying to memorize so many words just to write it down in the paper or write it down online. No, 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 there's nothing like that. Of course, you have your project works, you have your assignments, your attendance, your courseworks, and all of this. So this is another thing that you can want to leverage on. Like for some of you who have been out to school for a long, people work with a group of people, do your research, do your presentation, do your assignments. Yeah, and then is that better or most preferred option for you. There's also vast digital resource that's been provided. Our campuses are located in vibrant cities like you see, London and Manchester. These are connected cities. They also have big businesses nearby. It's accessible, convenient. That's convenience transportation. So thank you so much, everyone. Let me know if you have any question. I'll be happy to take them. So this brings me to the end of the presentation. Over to you, sir, for Isaac. So if you have any question, happy to take them.
Okay, sorry, if you have any questions, kindly write out your questions on the chat box. Then we'll be able to entertain them as time goes on. Please, everyone should hit the chat box and let's respond to every question that comes in. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Tokwe. There are about two questions here. Can you see them?
Okay.
One says, good
So
afternoon, sir. I am yet to receive an offer letter. My agent,
can I have the
Miriam, is
student's
currently
name?
handling my agent, Miriam, is currently handling my application. Okay.
So let's
Let's see if
have
we
the
can get
student's
the
name.
student's name. If you're listening, kindly send your full name and we'll look into the application. That is Oluwaseyi Aderomu. Hope I got that pronunciation right. All right, guys, please, any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, she has sent her name. Can you see that, Mr. Timotokwe?
Yeah, checking that now. So any more question while I'm checking that is
We need to attend that thing. Hmm? Not that that's good.
Okay, Oluwaseyi. So
All right,
Oluwaseyi,
please, guys, send
let
in
me
your
send to you the
questions.
university. So there's an alternate, there's a document you need to provide. Yeah, so for Oluwaseyi, can Oluwaseyi hear me? So you need to provide an updated transcript. So the one you provided was not accepted. So they need an official transcript from you. So I'm going to, I don't know. I'm not sure I can. I'll put that in the chat box. So if you can see that, if anyone can say that, they can share it with Mr. Isaac. Are you able to see what I typed in the chat box?
Uh, okay, we're not able
Yeah,
to see
Mr.
that
Isaac,
right now,
can you see
but
what
I think she gets she got your message. She just said thank you, sir.
Oh,
I think she got
beautiful.
your message.
All right then.
So I will
Oh,
have
beautiful.
our
Okay.
counselors reach out to her and
All right
get
then.
her do the needful.
All right then.
So I
That's
can
okay.
see that there
Any other
is no
question?
more. I don't think there is any more questions here.
Okay, good. All right, I think we are good then.
Yes, we are. Thank you very much, Mr. Tibitope. It's good to have you here, and hopefully we'll do more of this as time goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to support. Yeah, thanks you for having me. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, guys, you can reach out to us via our social medias, our social media handles, our emails, our support channels, and let's have your application going in. Thank you, guys, and do have a pleasant day.
All right, thank you so much.